Hello, welcome to our hydraulics tutorial. We'll go through this example. A piezometer and Pitot tube are tapped into a horizontal water pipe as shown below to measure static and stagnation pressure. For the indicated water column height, determine the velocity at the center of the pipe. So this is our setup. We have 2 points. We have point 1 here. Now remember point 1, we have pressure head 1, velocity head 1, and elevation, which is Z1. At point 2, we have pressure head 2, which is P2 over gamma. We have velocity head, and we have elevation Z2. Now, we shall apply Bernoulli equation between point 1 and point 2. And we know Bernoulli equation says that P1 over gamma means pressure head at point 1, plus Z1 means elevation at point 1, plus V1 squared over 2G. V1 squared over 2G, it means velocity head at point 1 is equivalent to pressure head 2, which is P2 over gamma, plus elevation 2, which is Z2, plus velocity head at point 2, which is V2 squared over 2G. Now remember, in Bernoulli equation, we assume we don't have energy losses, like the pressure head at point 1 is equal to pressure head at point 2. The sum of pressure at point 1 is equal to sum of pressure at point 2. Now, things you need to know for this particular case is that one, that our datum is passes through Z1 and Z2, meaning the value of Z1 and Z2 are equivalent to 0. That is our datum. And then another point, when you talk about point 2, when you talk about stagnation point, we assume the velocity is 0. So in such a case, velocity head 2 is 0. Now we shall start now. Pressure head 1, P1 over gamma is equivalent to, come to this diagram. Now, do you see the level of P1? P1 from the middle of the pipe, it will be 3 centimeter plus 7 centimeter. So pressure head 1, P1 over gamma is 3 plus 7, which is 10 centimeter or 0.1 meter. Then when we go to pressure head 2, it is now, remember, it's from the middle of the pipe up to this level here. So I'll add 3 centimeter plus 7 centimeter, which is 10, plus 12 centimeter, which is 22 centimeter. But now I convert to meter, which is 0.22 meter. Now, if you remember here, now the velocity at the center of the pipe is the same as V1. So what we did here, we take pressure head 1 to the right-hand side of the equation so that we remain with V1 squared over 2G. Remember, Z1 has gone to 0, is equivalent to now P2 over gamma minus P1 over gamma. It has cross equal sign. And V2 was also 0 stagnation point. So now when we substitute, you find like V1 squared over 2 will be equal to 0.22, which is pressure head at point 2, minus 0.1, which is pressure head at point 1, which is 0.12 meter. But now, if you make V the subject, you find that V1 will be equivalent to the square root of 2GH, whereby 2, we know 2 is a constant, our H is 0.12, and our G is gravitational force, which is 9.81. So it will give us 1.54 meter per second, because it's velocity to 2 decimal place. So hence the velocity at the center of the pipe is 1.4 meter per second. Enjoy. See you in another tutorial.